have a short story about my friend has a friendship problem with her best friend. I'm still remember that my friend is have a friendship problems with her best friend. That was my first time to help her problems with her best friend. Mag-best friend sila in 4 years. Then I still remember that she chatting me about problems with her best friend, that how can I help her to solve their problems in each other. Hi everyone, welcome to the Life Moments podcast, and we're here to talking about self-improvement, testimonials, motivational lessons, and real-life lessons. My name is Jerald, calling your host, and thank you so much for tuning in and for being here. If you are a new listener of this podcast, and then welcome to the show. And if you are a true listener of the podcast, and welcome back. You can also check out the other amazing episodes that you want to learn more as well. Guys, Months na naman at magpapasko na naman. At nandito na rin si Jose Malichan. Okay, bilis naman ng panahon. Parang kailan lang guys. Magpapasko na naman agad-agad. So how are you guys? I'm still hoping na okay pa kayo and malakas pa kayo and laging nag-iingat, diba? So before anything else, I know that all of us have different stories in life, especially in our past self. Akala natin kung nung nandun tayo sa day na yon parang hanggang doon na lang yung personality natin or anything else, skills natin and anything. But we don't know there's gonna be better comes to us. Hi, this is Jerald calling, and before anything else, I have an exciting news for you. Did you know that there are more than 1 million active podcasts all over the world? That's 43 million episodes including content in more than 100 languages. Sounds overwhelming? So I have a question for you. Are you a podcaster? Did you want to monetize your podcast? Don't worry, Podmetrics makes it easy to make your brand to target your decided market. Podmetrics is a data analytics platform that allows podcasters to see data that they need in order to level up their show's performance. Show demographics, listenership, and even chart rankings are accessible through the site. Podmetrics aggregates data from various sources in order to track total and average listens. Through the Podmetrics marketplace, podcasters may also partner up with brands through ads, affiliate marketing campaigns, sponsorships. So what are you waiting for? Sign up now to podmetrics.co and use Life Moments with Jerald as your referral code. So that's the Podmetrics, the easiest way to monetize your podcast. On this episode, we are here to talking about 5 lessons that I've learned in my past self. These 5 lessons that I'm still remembered and I will never forget in my whole life. Kumbaga, ang mga lessons na ito rin mismo ang pinakamalaking impact sa akin para mas ma-build up ko ang sarili ko para mas maging better ang version ko. Right? So let's start with the first lesson that I learned in my past self is what? Number 1, being self-aware. Self-awareness is our ability to observe and accurately identify our thoughts, feelings, and more. Also, this is the one of the most important psychological traits you can develop within yourself for life. Yes, of course. Being self-aware is one of the lessons that I learned in my past self, not just aware in your place. So if you are self-aware, you're thinking about all of the things that or tasks that you want to accomplish immediately. You're also thinking about your plans in your future, setting your goals in life that you want to achieve it, just like what I'm doing now. I also discussed this term in our last episode about 10 signs that you might be an introvert, because introverts are also self-aware to themselves and they're always thinking about their plans for the future and anything. If you still remember my last episode about the 10 signs that you might be an introvert in the previous episode. So you can also check out, and if you want, and just listen for it. If you have goals in life and have a motivation to wake up early in the morning, dahil sabi nga, every day has a beginning, a new blessing, and a new hope. Every day has a new task and achievements that we have to accomplish each and every single day. Kapag inaral natin ng sarili natin na kung ano ang mga gusto natin sa buhay, if you are following your ideal self, if you want to be a self-aware, you need to understand your character, desires, feelings, and motives. Unlike before, when I looking back or remembering my past self, since in junior high, I really don't care about all of the things in life, and I don't understand of what is the main purpose of why am I doing these things. Because in my past self, that I realized that I have lack of self-esteem and lack of awareness, unmotivated, weak personality, and many more. Then, when I was in grade 9 to grade 10, this is the day that I realized to be aware to myself and I want to build up myself. I also do want to do in my life, achieving goals with the people surrounds me and loves me. That's also part of the process to be a successful in life is being self-awareness. You just remember that. That's the first one that I learned in my past self is being self-aware. The second lesson that I learned in my past self is what? Number two, build your own path. Of course, this is the second lesson that I've learned in my best friend when I was in a worst situation in my life. When my best friend talked to me about this, I don't know about my purpose in life and I don't know what to do in my life. When my best friend talked to me that day and he also shared to me about what is real meaning of success, motivation, risk taking, and more. Kumbaga yung best friend ko mismo ay naging first mentor na sa kanya ko palang talaga narinig at natutunan ng mga bagay na yon. Because of that moment is the reason of why I become an open-minded all about these things. I listened all of his advice about building your own path through a grateful life. And because of that, instead of just go with the flow with the wrong people, just go with the flow with the positive people and build your own path with your true people around and near you. So that's the second lesson that I learned in my past self. Number three lesson that I've learned in my past self is follow your passion. Yes, of course, following my passion is the third lesson that I learned in my past self. Not before I don't know what is my true passion in life. I don't know about my interest just reading fiction novels, watching history documentaries, and many more. I'm not passionate to the things that I'm doing before, like playing games all day, listening to toxic songs, and spending a lot of time in social media. Then I realized all of the things that I'm doing before. It's very consuming a lot of time for me, wasting my time to nonsense, procrastination, and lots of excuses. Sobrang nakakaubos ng oras at energy. Diba? Nagsasayang na tayo ng energy sa mga walang kakwenta-kwentang bagay. Then, when my mentor asked me to these things, if I'm still doing these things until now and I'm still don't know about my real passion or purpose in life, there's a possible that my life will become nonsense if I'm still doing shit things in life. Actually, that is the worst advice that I've heard coming from my mentor. Simula noon, medyo natauhan na ako sa advice niya. Kaya ang sabi ng mentor ko is mag-isip daw ako ng something na maaring makatulong sa iba. Speaking of helping other people, I have a short story about my friend has a friendship problem with her best friend. I'm still remember that my friend is have a friendship problems with her best friend. That was my time my first time to help her problems with her best friend. Mag-best friend sila in 4 years. Then I still remember that she chatting me about problems with her best friend, that how can I help her to solve their problems in each other. Then I'm also chatting with my friend for calling help kasi hindi ko pa alam yung may bibigay kong advice kung paano ko siya matutulungan, then and for anything else. And then when my friend accepts it, we both helping to her problems until we solve it. After we solve her problems and she and her best friend are goods now, I also realized na nakakagaan at nakaka-overwhelm sa feeling kapag may natulungan ka sa problema ng iba. And because of that, I learned that helping people is becoming one of my passion in life. Until now, I'm here in podcasting to giving values to others. Yes, that was the third lesson I learned in my past self. The fourth lesson that I've learned in my past self is what? Don't mind about your mistakes. Learn from them. Of course, every mistakes of what we done in every single time. Sometimes we felt negatively because we doing mistakes for ourselves. Wala naman taong perfecto, di ba? Only God is perfect. Amen. If we're doing mistakes in other things, sometimes we surrender enough. Mistakes are made to be learned from. You know now what or what not to do in the same situation when it rolls around for the second time, and believe me, in most cases it will roll again. Just like Bill Gates said, if you mess up, it's not your parents' fault. So don't whine your mistakes, learn from them. If you have to learn something new, it's okay to make a mistake first or twice because it's your first time to attempt. And then when you do it again, sana'y perfect na at wala nang mali. For example, yung pagsuserve ko sa misa, minsan namamali na ako sa kilos. So para maiwasan kong magkamali sa susunod, magtatanong ako at para mas maging maalam ako. Then next na hindi na ako magkakamali at magfo-focus na ako sa misa para matandaan ko ang mga dapat gawin at para ma-refresh ako. Kahit sa mga ibang aspeto ng buhay, sa aspekto ng sa sarili natin, 'di ba? That was the greatest lesson that I learned in my past self, is how to learn from your mistakes and others' mistakes to become better and accept failures and move on. And the last lesson, but not the least, number 5, be proud of who you are. Many people get frustrated because they're not as smart, rich, or talented as the person they look up to. You may get frustrated because you're not as successful as Bill Gates, but you have to face the reality that we're all born differently. Each person has their own unique abilities, and you have to accept that to become successful. All of us has a different ways, personalities, mindsets, attitudes, and many more. Of course, just be proud of who you are, or just be proud of who we are, because we born for it. Kung pinanganak ka ng may magandang itsura, just be thankful na isinilang ka na may magandang itsura and just be proud of it. Ipinanganak kang sensitive skin, be proud of it. If you are a member of LGBT community, be proud of it. Just be yourself always, because if you are true to yourself, they will love you of who you are and more than that. So that's all for this episode. Thank you very much for tuning in to our episode. If you like this content, please check out all of our social platforms. Please like, follow our Facebook page, Like Moments with Gerald Podcast, our Instagram at Gerald Galing 1028, on Twitter, Gerald Galing, and my TikTok at Alpha Gerald 1028. And please like, Share and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Jerald Galing, and click the notification bell and select all to make you updated. Also available are podcasts to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and other podcast platforms. Especially sa podcast natin sa Spotify, just click follow, don't be a stranger, and also click the notification bell. Every na mag-upload ako ng episodes, manonotify din kayo agad-agad. So this is Gerard Galing. Say goodbye as I always say. Just keep spreading positivity and stay motivated. This is the Light Moments Podcast. Yes, it's yo. Kamsahamnida. Take care. Stay safe. See you the next one. Peace out. And padayon! Hey guys, thank you so much for listening. If you like this content, just check out of my socials. Please like and follow my Facebook page, The Light Moments with Gerald Podcast, on Twitter at Gerald Kaling, and our Instagram at Gerald Kaling 1028. Also, like, follow, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Gerald Kaling, and click the notification bell to make you updated. And follow me on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and other podcast platforms. Thank you so much, guys, and see you on the next one. Take care and stay safe.